question is about infrastructure. These my friends who live in Goa, plus even a lot of friends who keep going to Goa like since last so many years. And they were telling me that there's a lot of change in Goa, especially where infrastructure is concerned. And since the time BJP government is there, and a lot of change is there. And in fact, one of my friends, these is drivers during when elections are going on, drivers play a very important role. You must have noticed
Yes.
all the journalists also, they keep interviewing the drivers ki kya ho raha hai, because drivers ko sab pata hota hai. So this friend of mine was very impressed with this driver Deepak, who was taking them everywhere in Goa and saying ye pehle nahi tha, ye ab hai, ye pehle nahi tha, ab hai. But still there's a lot of work to do. I want to know how developed your constituency Velim is, and what are your plans for developing it, or like.
See, Veli is primarily a village constituency. When I mean a village constituency, it has beautiful roads, it has concise roads, and most importantly, you have greenery all over. So Veli, unless connecting to the highway, does not require any major infrastructure development. What it does require is intra-constituency transport mechanism. Right?
Connectivity,
What do I mean by
connectivity.
Intra-constituency connectivity, which means or a transport mechanism, because normally transportation is either by your own vehicle or by the public transport, which are buses, which are very limited because there are not many people going from Veli elsewhere. And if they are, they're using their own transport. So one of the ideas that we've decided to come up with is electric cycles. Electric cycles at different stations around the constituencies for local and tourists that can actually pick those cycles up and actually travel to a particular area, which could be probably a kilometer or two, and then do what they need to. If they need to return the cycle back from where they've taken it, they can do that, or park the cycle.
Okay.
So a complete system. See, everything I'm doing, Payal, is based on an enterprise because I come from being an entrepreneur myself. So the idea is electric cycles, promote and offer subsidies to people who buy electric vehicles. So when they leave outside the constituency, they can actually use an electric vehicle. So we want to work with even petrol pumps to ensure that at least one or two petrol pumps along the pathway of the constituency actually have an ability to charge electric vehicles. So we want to work with that dimension forward. Our whole idea is to turn the Veli constituency into a smart village. Everything that we will do in Veli will make it a smart village constituency. From the transportation model to the infrastructure model, we will not disturb the environment. What we are going to do is going to do environmentally sustainable, ecologically sustainable models of transportation. For example, in a small place like Goa, because you don't have transportation, people tend to use their bikes to go from one place to another, which is the consumption of a lot of petrol. I'm saying if you reduce that with electric cycles or electric vehicles themselves, you are able to bring down the consumption of petrol, thereby reducing the pollution within that area. Considering the place is so green, the beauty of Veli is that if you come in, it's all green all over. And in the rains, it's magnificent. It's absolutely magnificent. So we want to make Veli a model constituency, not only in Goa, but for the rest of India to take a look at and say, my God, they have mixed modernity with ecological sensibilities in actually taking this constituency forward. That's the aim.
Another question for you, Savio. We have a lot of dilapidated houses. बहुत टूटे फूटे घर हैं गोवा में, या तो maybe the weather is such, और फिर वो ज्यादा मेंटेन भी नहीं हुए, और इतना मॉइस्चर होता है वहां पे. Like I've seen buildings in Bombay also, and you see coastal areas में buildings ज्यादा जल्दी खराब दिखने लग जाती है. How are you planning to restore them?
See, one of the uniqueness of Veli is that most of the houses are these old Portuguese kind of villas or contemporary villas built in post-liberation. So a lot of these homes, some people have gone abroad. some people have left their homes vacant. What we are doing is we are initiating again an enterprise wherein we will actually take over on lease a few of these houses, either in dilapidated conditions, or they need a little bit of renovation, or they need paintings and various other aspects of it. We're going to lease out a long lease of these houses, and we're going to put them into a system known as homestays.
Okay.
Homestays is one of the most unique ideas that need to be implemented in Goa to take people to the real experience of Goan hospitalities. We have
Hospitality.
actually mapped out roughly about 100 homes in my constituency
Wow.
already.
Huh?
Okay. We're working with a private player from the hospitality business for him to come and do a valuation as to how much can he invest into actually converting these houses into what could be decent accommodations, decent homestay accommodation. So just like you would in a hotel or a bed and breakfast model, where you need to have standard operating procedures to make them look, convenient to the tourists that come in. We are working with a hospitality partner and a real estate partner. It's a combination of both to actually see what they can do to these homes, so that we've identified 100. We might not necessarily start with 100, but we will start with 10, 20 first, and then scale it up to 100. Because as long as you got 100 homes in the Valley constituency, and if you have, say, 3 houses per 100 homes, what you've really got is 300 rooms in Valley that's available for
Yeah.
people to actually come and experience good hospitality. Plus, you have the rivers, right? So there are various aspects of tourism that will change in Valley. And my whole focus is to look at Valley as a home that actually takes forward ecotourism, takes forward village tourism, takes forward what is essentially hinterland tourism. I want people to come and visit the gaushalas. I want them to experience the life of a farmer in Valley, how we wake up in the morning, and how we go out to farm, how to run various other, enterprises that happen from an agrarian society point of view. And that's really what we want to do. So homes, one of the tourism initiatives that we will definitely do is convert those dilapidated homes into homestays.